Hey, this is Joel, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the features and giving you an honest review of the GoRise Electric Lift from SuperHandy. Now, as a person who's struggled with back issues for years, at times, I found it hard to get off the couch. I found it hard to get off the ground when I get down to do an exercise or stretch and need to get back up. Found it hard to do those things. It may sound simple, but standing or even getting up from the floor can sometimes be difficult. Maybe you're an elder care assistance worker or someone who just needs a little bit more mobility and independence around the house. This is going to be a really interesting product for you. And it's based off some really cool engineering from SuperHandy. I've seen other lifts and winches and things like that from SuperHandy, but this is made for inside your home, not a garage or warehouse. It can lift up to 500 pounds on this platform here. It has two armrests that come down here and a safety belt in the middle to keep your passenger safe along the way. This lift can go down as low as 1.5 inches from the ground and can raise all the way up to 28.7, almost 29 inches off the ground, helping someone off the couch to a standing position, or if an elderly person has fallen on the ground, help get them up. An assistance worker could easily lift their body weight with this because we can lift up to 500 pounds. It's got a magnetic remote right here that just kind of attaches to the side of the frame, and it has a battery on the back that we're going to take a look at as well, rechargeable, that allows you to go up and down all the way 20 times before needing to charge. SuperHandy really does a great job at engineering these products. One thing that I really like is that it's got these ergonomic and heavy-duty rubber handles here. They might look like bike handles, but they're extremely grippy so that you don't lose handle on it. They've got these silent running wheels on the back here. All you have to do is take the unit and tilt it backwards about that far in order to get access to these wheels. Then you can easily move it around, but as soon as you set it down and lay it flat, the wheels are off the ground, so you no longer have to worry about the unit moving when you're trying to lift someone, and that allows you to very easily maneuver and set it down wherever you would like it. There's a lot of different use cases and a lot of different things that you could do with this, but the first thing I thought we would do is show off the features in a real world scenario. So I'm here by the couch and I'm going to position it in such a way that I could actually get off the couch, scoot myself to this, and help myself stand up to an upright position without using pressure on my legs. So let's give that a shot and see how it works. All right, so the first thing I've done is position the lift next to the couch. Now, of course, if I was having mobility issues, someone else would be doing this for me, but I could easily have this set up here and I could reach my remote here that's magnetized to the side of the frame. It's got kind of an old school phone cord here that stretches, and you can go all the way all the way over here to get the lift where you need it to be. So I'm gonna hit the up button and you'll hear the motor silently raising this. Now it raises very slowly. That's for safety reasons, but you'll see it kind of raising up. I'm gonna pull the seat belt up here. And once it gets up to the level of the couch, then I can easily scoot over to the platform here, buckle myself in for safety, and then continue on upward. Now you could leave it a little lower than the couch if you think that makes things a little bit easier. So that's kind of where we are here. I'm gonna unbuckle everything. And if I were, again, having mobility issues, I could scoot myself over. I'm not using my legs at all. I'm scooted in here. I can take my two handlebars and my seat belt. This is like an airline seat belt that's got this clip here, very secure. There's a lot of slack on here. So, if you were a larger person, it could get you all the way out here. This is a lot of seat belt here. So we want to tighten it all the way up, or at least close. Bring the slack around front. Then I can grab my remote because it magnetizes to the frame. Don't have to worry about it falling. I can grab it again and I can raise myself up. And as I'm going up, I'll just pull my legs in kind of a tucked position here so you can see that It's actually lifting me all the way up. I weigh about 190 pounds and I'm 6 foot tall, yet it's having no trouble lifting me up here. You'll see I'm about 6 to 8, almost a foot, inches off of the couch now, and I'm getting to the point where, yeah, my feet are no longer touching the ground. So if I were having trouble getting up from a seated position, this would be really helpful. In fact, I went too far. I went too far on this. I'm getting down to where my feet are on more of a flat position there, and I would unbuckle myself. You see how easy that is, and now standing is a breeze because all I have to do is rock forward and I'm already standing. So again, as a person who's had back issues in the past, I know that sometimes just getting up can be a hard part, and if you're elderly or you have an injury, this would be a great way to help you get up from a seated, or again, if you had fallen and you were on the floor, that position is a really difficult place to get out of. All right, let's talk build quality, because as an assistive device, this is really close to a medical device, and it needs to function at a high level, doing a repetitive task over and over very reliably and very safely over time. So as with all the other SuperHandy products that I've seen, and I have several, I can say that this is over-engineered. It's extremely easy to put together. All you need to do is put 8 bolts from the frame to the 2 legs down below, tighten those up. Then you just have to set your seat in here, which is set with these D-clamps, very easy to snap in place. And then you snub it up with a couple Allen bolts that they provide the wrenches for to make sure that this seat is sturdy and it's not going to wobble or go anywhere. Everything else is pre-assembled. I really like the fact that this platform is a sturdy, what I believe is steel material. It's a powder coated material. This is not going to give or sag. These arms are the same way. They have nice padding on them, but they're steel as well. This entire frame is steel. It's welded. Everything is powder coated. It looks really strong, really reliable. So this is what the lift looks like all the way up. You'll see that this back portion kind of stays steady and goes up and down. The piston on the back is what moves, and it reveals more of the frame down below. 28.7 inches off the ground right now, and you'll see that's about as high as I can get on. This is me on tippy toes here, and my feet are not touching the ground. You'll see I'm on carpet with a pad underneath, and this is not wobbly at all. I feel very safe and secure. I can, flail around and nothing's happening here. I can reach my remote control. And of course, if somebody was assisting me, they could use this to go up and down, but it's gonna take a minute because this is nice and slow, nearly silent motor. But let's go ahead and start going down so you can get the idea of just how it moves, almost 200 pounds of weight. And there you have it. You're all the way back down on the ground, and I'm going to tell you, at just 1.5 inches off the ground, it feels like I'm sitting right on the ground. I could easily pull this up and I'm just right here. This is a really low clearance. It kind of sinks into the frame. The seat sets into the frame. That's how it has such a low clearance, which makes loading on and off the lift when it's all the way down much easier. And I hopped back here to show you the battery and motor assemblies here. These two things don't move when the lift goes up and down, but I do want to highlight how quiet they are. I wouldn't expect them to be loud, but they're nice and smooth and quiet. So you'll see if I raise the lift, we don't get much noise. Easy for me to talk over it. Doesn't feel like anything's really happening. Go back down. And it's just a nice, quiet, smooth operation from top to bottom. That's really nice. I feel like this motor is going to last a long time. And this battery is really powerful. You can easily plug it in and charge it quickly, and you'll get 20 times up and down. So after spending some time with the GoRise Lift from SuperHandy, what's my opinion? Well, I can honestly say that up until a couple months ago, I didn't even know this existed, but I think it's a really cool concept because I have elderly grandparents that live at home alone, and when one falls, the other can't lift them up off the ground. They have to call someone to come and help, and this would solve that very real problem so they can stay in their home, keep their independence for a little bit longer. and use something like this to solve a simple problem of how do we get up from the ground when one of us falls. I think overall it's really well built. I mean, this thing is safe, it's sturdy, it's well engineered, it's got great parts, reliable motor. All of these things just look like they were put together from a point of expertise, which SuperHandy definitely has in the mechanics and machinery world. I trust this, it's built solid. So if you're in the market for an assistive lift, this is a great option. You'd be hard pressed to find one better. And I know that SuperHandy is a great company that stands behind their products because, like I said, I have some other products. They've stood the test of time. They really do over-engineer everything, and it makes me feel good when I get another SuperHandy product because I expect the same type of performance. So check out the SuperHandy GoRise. I really think you're gonna like it.